Is it already too late to set limits for artificial intelligence? That's a hugely important question, especially in a year packed with elections. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and most people probably don't expect politicians to focus too much on advanced technologies. Thankfully, some political parties do fold AI into their larger policy packages. Here in the UK, the Labour Party say they want to use AI to help reform the National Health Service. The Conservatives have already launched an AI Safety Institute designed to test AI models before they're released onto the market. And I'm sure there are other parties out there looking at the opportunities AI brings in areas like education, environmental sciences, biotech, and much more. But very little is being said by any politicians about regulating AI. It seems parties are happy to leave that to big tech companies. A few days ago, workers from two big AI companies called for their industry to be subjected to the same tight testing regulations as the aviation and nuclear power industries. They said they're deeply concerned about AI and the way it's being developed without due concern for human safety, the environment, and the common good. These tech insiders, and I suspect many others, believe that AI regulation can't be left in the hands of corporations, whose prime focus is market share and profits. That's why some AI models are released very quickly before they're properly tested. We can't leave regulation to big tech, and we can't leave it to AI itself either. A recent study proved that AI can and does tell lies. That shouldn't surprise us when AI teaches itself by interacting with human beings. Our flaws, our mistakes are passed on to the machine. Machines lie, express prejudice, make mistakes because we do. It's governments that need to step up, to take responsibility, to introduce regulations that work. It's up to us, though, to confront candidates and parties with questions that demand answers. Some people argue that it's too late for all that. Criminals already use AI to commit fraud and other crimes, so regulation won't really achieve very much. But that's faulty reasoning. The reason we make laws about anything is to limit or prevent behaviours that already exist, actions that could have much worse impact if there were no rules and no one to enforce them. Nobody says we don't need laws against murder because there are so many murderers out there. The fact that there is so much killing proves that we need action to prevent even more of it. Would you feel comfortable with AI-driven predictive policing, or AI that controls access to money and jobs in a fully cashless economy, or AI-generated child pornography and AI-powered weapons of war? If you're enjoying this short film, please consider donating to our campaign for responsible AI. Check out the link for more information, and when you donate, we'll keep you informed on the latest research on human-friendly AI. AI needs to be regulated, and it needs to happen quickly. In a year of elections around the world, we need to pressure candidates to answer some tough questions about artificial intelligence. One of the most urgent questions is, how do you, as a candidate or a party, plan to address the risks and benefits of AI in elections? How will you ensure that AI is used in transparent ways, so that we don't see an explosion of fake votes or AI that reports fake results? This will be hugely important as more and more nations move toward e-voting in the next few years. The small nation of Estonia was the first to introduce remote electronic voting in all of its elections back in 2005. By doing so, and allowing young expat professionals to vote in its elections, Estonia managed to steer itself away from a communist resurgence. And it kept gifted young adults interested in their homeland. It was a win-win situation, but you can see how AI could skew the results, with or without human intervention. And while we're here, Mr. or Ms. Candidate, what will you do to facilitate debates on technology ethics? Debates that actually involve more than just politicians and tech leaders. Without strong ethical standards, laws won't be robust enough to protect us as AI advances. What measures will you introduce to limit environmental damage linked to maintaining huge data farms and making chips and batteries? How will you mitigate the risks of AI-related job loss? What programs and financial packages will you introduce to help people retrain quickly and find new work? And what are your plans for using AI to improve education and healthcare? What budgets have you set aside for that? What's your policy on lethal autonomous weapons systems such as robot fighters or fully automated drones? Will you promote international treaties to limit the development of these deadly and potentially unstable weapons? These are just some of the questions for which we should demand answers. We can do that by emailing local candidates or contacting journalists or intermediate agencies that have contact with government, groups like trade unions or business representative groups like the Institute of Directors. What's most important here, though, is that we make ourselves much more aware of some of the challenges posed by AI, as well as its many opportunities, so that we can hold candidates and governments to account. I'm Mal Fletcher. Thanks for watching.